I think I'm becoming a Northerby.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I keep saying magic when something's good. Oh, magic.
Oh, magic, yeah.
I love the word belter. I feel like that's quite northern.
Is that northern or is that like London? Because they say like bosh, don't they, in London?
And
bosh.
What the f*** bosh?
It's like something that's good, I guess. You go like, oh, core bosh.
That's cringy. That's not cool. Belter. That's good.
Helter skelter, bloody belter.
That made it cockney. If you start rhyming, then it's cockney.
Yeah, you're right.
I'll chase you up the apple and pears. Shut up, you cheeky geezer.
Shut down, geese. This is Broadcast Season 2, Episode 15, with Alex and Jamie.
What? Apple and pears.
It's like we're that Jeremy Clarkson farm show podcast. Huh?
Is that a thing? Do they have a podcast?
I opened Facebook once and it has, I guess, reels built into it for some reason. And there was a clip of a farmer on it who was like, ooh, I didn't really...
On the radio.
Yeah. He was like, I couldn't really count when I was in school, but then when it came to counting sheep and counting cows, then it's fine. But he didn't really say it like I just said it.
Back when I was a scholar at that educational facility.
I didn't say good afternoon, morning, evening, or night.
Why not?
Because we're in a heat wave and I'm warm.
Yeah, I'm too hot. I'm feeling a little bit...
So we do have
how
one
does
of...
the youth say skibbity?
You're a bit skibbity warm.
Yes.
But we got a fun episode. We got some craziness.
Toilets.
With the Jarlings. We got toilets. We got some musical beeps. We got just everything going on.
We got forest foragings.
We got forest foragings. We are in the green zone. I've had to sort of put all my pups in a row. I've got my pups in a row.
All your pups in one place.
Yeah, to protect them. Some of them were starting to die in the extreme heat.
Pups together strong.
Exactly. They create a little microclimate, and have you not noticed how pure the air is?
This is like a macro biome.
Yeah, it's like the Eden Project.
Yeah, I'm like hyperventilating with the amount of oxygen.
Yeah. So if we start going a bit silly, it's because of the pups.
Yeah.
Okay.
We might have to run and grab a paper bag so we can get some carbon dioxide up in us.
Would you know what, brother?
Huh?
We can't get too deep into the show without shouting out the patrons over at the Jar Media Patreon that make the show and the audio version possible. You get the raw, unfiltered MP3 over there, ad-free. But that's not all. You also get your patron names read out in the first or second week of each and every month, as long as you're a Dibby tier or above. But also, believe it or not, that's not all, is it?
What? There's more?
There's more. Jar After Hours over on Patreon. Last week we did an As They Say on Mission Impossible. The Final Reckoning. Is it as... Huh? As they say, you're going to have to go and look to find out. There's Paisley's Chance. That's up on there.
Last chance, mind you.
Adventure Time Hater becomes Leica. Meal devours Bickies and Geel. Jar Divers with Logan. Argy Cuddle. Mars Express, as good as they say. GTA Trailer. Snyder Song. Just know I'm the Alpha. Cinema Sins Went Too Far. Elon Rant. And more.
It's too much.
Too much goodness for you. This is Jar Media group chat as well. I feel like you probably, if you're listening to this, you probably know what a group chat is. You know,
I'm group chat phobic.
You are. I'm a little bit, but I'll go in there sometimes. You're not phobic.
You just have fear.
Yeah, a constant baseline level of irrational fear.
Yeah. Well, no, that's just phobia, right?
But is like anxiety a phobic thing?
I don't know. I guess it depends what makes you anxious.
Just it's not really group chats, unless someone's being mean to me, which is constant in the Jar Media group chat, where you can leave suggestions for episodes. And there'll be a couple I chuck in here. And before we go into housekeeping, I've got to say the vote for the Jar After Hours video that will be made public for the month of June is live, so head over to the posts tab on the channel and cast your vote. I think so far the Invincible one is winning.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm glad people are bumping Invincible these days.
Absolutely. So once, hopefully it goes Invincible, and then, I don't know, maybe one of the crazy ones maybe can win, you know?
Well, it's democracy, right? We have no say.
We are a democratic institution, the Jar Media Posdact. Let's do some housekeeping then. There's some stuff we got to address from that previous week, brother.
Uh-oh.
There is some stuff we made mistakes abound.
Nah.
Which is exactly what this section is about. Spungo 6179 can get us going here. The fact that they pronounce Albert Camus as Camus the entire time is just the cherry on top.
Who's Albert Camus?
You know, we've been doing these
the French guy?
philosopher segments,
Yeah.
which is one of my favorite new things to do sprinkle in every few weeks or so.
What was it? What were the options?
As far as the name?
No, it was cringe based.
Oh,
tough. CBT.
CBT,
Yeah.
And Bethany 2849 replied to it saying, also Nietzsche is Nietzsche. Neither of us are German or French, for the record. And so it turns out it's Albert Camus. Cow goes moo. Albert Cow goes moo. Okay. Moo.
Okay.
Whatever, bro.
Some old ass talking guy from France. Sorry.
So just as France was winning me over, they go and do this shit, you know.
Yeah.
They spell it Camus.
Yeah,
but it's
the name
Cow go moo.
The name was fine, but now it's cringe.
Yeah.
The name was tough. Now it's cringe.
Yeah. K Dare 503 says checks the time codes. It's Albert Camus' turn. I hate the jokers.
What?
Because that's what I called in the time codes, the segment for that. I just called it, it's Albert Camus' turn.
Oh, yeah.
There were some good ones last episode. Dracky Slime says Paisley is epic button. And Laser Custard says, for real, I don't like the pay hate. Well, you got to come out and prove it.
Yeah. You got to represent.
Which I suppose you're doing, somewhat. Kino K says, genuinely so happy to hear that Jamie overcame cigarettes. Which is quite nice of them to say.
Yeah, that is kind. But never say never.
But to provide a bit of balance, now that you say that, Archie1 said, JB, please start smoking again. It's bad luck not to smoke.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's all you needed.
Yeah. Well, I got some right here.
Yeah. I've still got out that box of cigars that have been smoked over the years, there's one left.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Uh-huh. Tam Better Misto says, bring back German Red Bull guy.
No. He can't for a minute. He's got to be
You got to be hyped. You don't want to be sick.
Yeah, he's got to be like Thanos. You got to build up to him.
Yeah.
Can you say, fine, I'll do it myself in the Red Bull?
No.
Damn. Okay.
I'll save that.
You're dark Thanos.
The Red Bull guy is more like Kang.
Oh, no.
LeGrail866 says, when Alex said, when it gets above 20, I burst out laughing. I'm in France and it's 30.
What degrees?
What is with this French thing all of a sudden?
Yeah, what the hell? Coming out of the woodwork. We say one name wrong.
I can't stand when people do this where it's like, well, I'm in bloody Texas and it's like,
yeah,
it's like being in hell every day.
No, but the
you're
thing
acclimatized to it, bro.
It's not only that though, but the actual air is different here.
Yeah,
right?
They also have infrastructure though.
They have infrastructure, but an arid desert air is dry. We have moist, polluted, like
Yeah.
like disgusting river water air.
Poo air.
Yeah. Yeah, all the like sewage dumped by the the private water corporations dumping sewage into our rivers, and then that evaporates and we can't breathe.
Yeah.
At least
And it's literally 30 degrees today. So,
yeah, and it's way too much.
Yeah.
Our houses are designed to lock in heat.
Uh-huh.
So we get one sunny day, and then
It's
for
game
like
over.
for the entirety of summer, your house is just like boiling hot.
I was on the bus earlier and didn't have aircon, and it was like 3 p.m.
Yeah,
Sweat
dude,
bullets, bro.
buses are evil. If you ever have to go on the underground in London,
Oh yeah, I did yesterday. In this heat, and
What,
it was at
like
peak
if it-
time as well.
if it's not the Elizabeth line, you're
Yeah.
genuinely
Yeah.
you're cooked.
Well, I'll bring up London a little bit more in a moment. There's a couple more to get through here. Daboose says the device has been activated. I think this
Shit.
guy's like trying to scare me. I think now and again they try and scare me, and it works.
Are you frightened?
Yeah, I'm always baselined a little bit frightened.
Yeah, me too.
The Gayest Jar fan wrote in saying, thanks for the birthday song, lads. With your encouragement, I managed to finish Half-Life Alyx. The reason I hadn't beat it sooner was because I'm easily frightened, and the headcrab jumping at me in VR was too scary. Apparently, I was only about 3 hours away from the end. I can't really blame you for that, because the scariest thing I've ever played in a video game is a level in that game.
Yeah, but by the sounds of it, you got past that and then stopped.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Because it was like smooth sailing after that sequence.
Yeah, the rest is like a power trip to me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to replay that game soon.
Mr. Blue Pumpkin Need RE9 says, is Jim looking forward to Resident Evil 9? And has he played the remake for 4 yet? I remember him really liking 8.
I'm a full-on Resident Evil like gooner now. I love Resident Evil
Because of the mod scene on PC.
yeah. No, that shit's hilarious. You know the devs are like just as goonish.
Yeah.
You know, their official skins are.
Their
Pretty out
engine is nuts.
Their engine's crazy.
The fidelity is wild.
It has been since 7. And man, since 7 I've been a Resident Evil gooner.
Truth, I forgot you really vibed with 7.
Yeah, because that was my first Resident Evil. Well, no, it wasn't. 5 was my first one back when it came out.
That's a bit unfortunate.
I stand by that game. That game rocks. I love 5.
Stupid though.
Yeah, it's dumb as hell. But Resident Evil should be stupid.
No, it's stupid in the wrong way, I would say. It's more like Gears of War. You're like fighting like a giant scorpion.
Yeah,
in
no,
the desert.
some of it sucks.
Ogres are chasing you on like a truck. It's like dumb. I played like the first act or something. It was bad.
Nah, that game's right.
It's fucking bad. But then I play Resident Evil 2 Remake and I'm like, this might be one of the best games I've ever played.
Yeah, Resident Evil 2 is up there for me as like a top
I still
10.
will do 4 at some point.
4, I did play 4 ridiculously good. I need to play it
Everyone
again.
says it. Especially as a Dead Space fan.
Not the original 4, Remake 4. I've never played the original, but yeah, you can taste that Dead Space DNA.
Yeah, that is.
And yeah, I'm
tempting.
hyped. Like, this franchise is in a position at the moment for me where it's like, this is.
They got the trust.
Yeah, I can actually pre-order this
True.
because it's not going to be dead. There's like 3 franchises I can do that with now.
Yeah. From Games.
Yeah, From Games, Resident Evil. That's kind of
Assassin's Creed.
Yeah. Yeah, Call of Duty.
And finally, I think this is finally, yeah. The Fisherman's Plight says the Jar Media movie and the fact that it's the highest rated Ryan Rodney Reynolds film on Letterboxd LMAO. So I don't know if you remember, literally 6 years ago at this point, Jar kind of took over Letterboxd.
yeah, I kind of do.
Yeah. So I want to enjoy this before it's taken down. So someone, I guess, listed Jar Media the movie, 2025, directed by Jérémy Perron. Director of Mars Express. Go watch that movie. The tagline is Jarling Jockey. Alex and Jamie battle the evil James to save the chicken jockey. Is the plot there?
Nice.
It's currently, if you go on Ryan Reynolds' like profile, it's his like highest rated film.
Let's go.
If you look at the cast and crew, it looks way better on the mobile version. Wonder if I'll get it up on my phone because it's just more funnier that way.
I guess looking at the poster, it's like a BVS type situation where you and I fight, and then we have to face off against the
That's just like
James.
the first act or something.
Yeah.
Okay, here we
Do
go.
bleed.
So Alex Beltman as I Hate Everything / Alex Beltman. Jamie Beltman as Beast / Jamie Beltman. James as Evil James. Paisley as The Entity. Adam YMS parentheses archive footage. Jake Man Carrying Thing. Nadia Woman Carrying Man. Ralph Seppi Jr. Movie Maker. Tom Cruise as Ethan Hunt / the creator of Destiny.
Let's go.
Ben Stiller as Alex the Lion.
Yo.
Ryan Reynolds as Jamie's best friend. Steve Downs as Master Chief. Adria Arjona as Alex's girlfriend. Ezra Miller as The Flash / Barry Allen. Tom Holland as Nathan Drake. Kumail Nanjiani as Kingo.
Let's go.
Noah Schnapp as Run. And finally Dane DeHaan as Green Goblin. So pretty stacked.
Yeah, that's one hell of a cast.
We're looking at perhaps the movie of the year. It's already got some reviews in there. Lily said run. Let me try that again. Probably the most normal movie ever made, 0 stars. Okay, from Fowler. Warden said, watch with my Red Bull or something. I'll read one more. The Perfect Goof said, that come and see homage scene felt very derivative and unnecessary, but overall pretty good movie. Feels like a modern Japanese new wave film with just a dash of dreaminess. Might be too nihilistic of a watch for some, but I think it will hold up as a cult classic and a staple of the slow cinema movement. Can't wait for the Criterion 4K 0 out of 10. Yeah, so enjoy that while it lasts.
Yeah, we've done it. Our movie's finally out there, and it's renowned.
Yeah, it's Renowned Part 1.
Can't wait for Renowned Part 2.
Skip straight to Renowned Part 3, I say. Damn.
I love it.
Damn, Daniel. Hot damn, Daniel.
Jesus Christ, Daniel.
Will you stop doing it, Daniel?
Hell, Daniel.
So for me, it's been a little bit of a music month.
MM?
Mama.
Huh? Music month?
Music month, yes. I see music like occasionally, but I've seen 3 notable musical events in the month of June.
Music month tier list?
I could do that. You were at one of the 3.
I was.
So I suppose we can start there. We went to Frome, a nice little town. It's kind of like a mini
It's very
Bradford.
pretty. It's very pretty. It's in like a valley.
Yeah, it
With a
looks like a
river.
Skyrim town or something.
Yes, it's like a river run if you put a few thousand years of neoliberalism over the top.
If there was like a Greg's there.
It's just river run with Greg's.
I bet you that's a mod. Greg's mod for Skyrim. But we saw an Irish band called the Hothouse Flowers. I don't think either of us had heard of them.
Nope.
Our parents really wanted us to go, so we went as a family sort of thing.
We did. A little family outing.
And
we were little boys again.
Yeah, and we probably were the littlest boys in the crowd.
yeah, because they were somewhat big in the 80s. They were never like huge. But,
No.
I guess locally to England, because I've talked to a few people since about them, and they were like, "Oh yeah, the Hothouse Flowers," and I didn't realize they were
Yeah.
a pool like that.
Uh-huh. Yeah, they have a particularly big song.
Yeah,
I've already forgotten the name of it. But you can find them on Spotify.
I was gonna do a Travis Scott Drake song. Sicko mate, for fuck's sake. That one.
It was quite a small venue, and it was fire.
It was incredible.
I thought it was really good.
Yeah, because I was expecting folk music,
And there's folk in there.
It is folk.
It's folk rock gospel.
Yeah, and man, I kind of want to be religious now.
No, you don't need to be religious to use the gospel style or sound, because I think it's what is so good about Talking Heads.
I think it's what is so good about so much music, like the Jack White song, Harold Holmes.
Yeah. When it's channeling that energy, there's something like spiritual about it.
It gets you into a fervor, and you're like wilding.
Yeah. And he was getting all this like crowd interaction and getting like half the crowd to go and the other side to do something else.
Yeah. Ridiculously talented pianist as well. The
lead singer.
The lead singer.
He was barefoot, and it looked like he'd come out of like a different time.
Yeah, I said to you, like right after it ended, he was either going to be like in a rock band or a cult leader.
yeah. And luckily he went with the former.
Yeah, but he looked like a Far Cry villain. Like big beard, big hair, suit jacket, and then like no shirt. I think he was like topless.
Yeah.
With a big necklace and
Gets hot on
trousers and no
stage, to be
shoes.
fair. He was singing in Gaelic now and again.
Yep.
Had a really interesting set. He did a really cool kind of tribute to Palestine.
Yeah.
That where like everyone had to be silent.
Yeah, I've never heard an artist do that where they're like, don't give us applause.
Yeah, they're like, we're going to do this song, and it was one in Gaelic, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
And it's quite like a sad song. And people are so dumb. Like some people still did it anyway, even though it's like the most basic command. Like let's just as a unit like pay respects for a moment. But otherwise, then they did a different song after that you could like I guess clap.
Yeah.
But I thought they were really good. I thought the double bassist was fire. Again,
how often do you see a double bass? And when they pull out the like Irish flute,
that was awesome.
Oh my God.
I loved that. He was like just going so. It didn't look real. Like the way it looked like the sound had been like added on. Even though it wasn't. It was all being played live, obviously. But like just how talented they were, and the harmonica and everything.
The drummer was incredible.
And just before we started recording, I was listening to one of the songs on Spotify, and you remarked how you just can't capture that vibe.
No. They
without
are
seeing
like a
it
live
live.
band. I think
that's the thing. Like I feel like Future Islands is kind of that way as well.
Yeah, for sure. I've struggled to listen to them now because it's like there's an element
between,
there that is lost.
Yeah, and that varies because like Nin was crazy how similar it sounded to a recording, but it just depends on the vibe of the music and what the
I feel like every artist I've seen made the effort to go and see live has been better live, like obviously, but some of them translate into like a Spotify playlist better than others.
Yeah, or just sound. It's just different sometimes.
Yeah,
like,
and sometimes they're relying on the performance of like an individual, like the Hothouse Flowers. Everyone in the band kind of makes space for the lead guy.
Yeah. But they also like work as a unit, so
yeah, for sure. And it's not like he kind of got the most time, he drew the most attention, but he also gives time to each member of the band to
yeah,
because
it's standard to kind of like go through the band members and have them do like a little bit of a solo, but they like went in with like each band member.
Yeah, they perform like
solo.
a whole song each.
Yeah, including the double bassist, like doing a full ass like.
Well, they like stop the show and he's like, "This is a song for my mum who's in the audience.
Yeah,
She's like 900 years old."
yeah.
Oh. And then he shreds the double bass. Like, who shreds the double bass?
It was very cool.
So cool. I think the double bass is the coolest instrument.
It's probably up there.
The size, the sound,
There's something like domineering about it.
Yeah, it's like a threatening instrument.
Yeah. And man, it sounds so good.
Yeah.
So I'd recommend seeing them if you ever get a chance. I bet seeing them in Ireland would be like next level. Oh my god, it'd be so.
I think if you're local to the UK, for sure, make the effort.
Mm-hmm. That's more of a sort of understated one. The other two were kind of big London events that I went to. I went to LIDO Festival in London, mostly to see Charlie.
Does LIDO stand for something? You look so excited about the Charlie.
Yeah, I love Charlie.
He's in love, everyone.
That album's crazy good, man. It's like, what?
It's your type shit.
It's my type shit. But there were other people there, including Billy.
Billy.
Not Billie Eilish, like a Jar fan called Billy.
Oh, okay. Like, did he bring you a cat?
Who had
my cat?
He had the most firm handshake, like to the point where it's like memorably awesome.
I love a firm handshake.
Yeah, so that was cool. Shout out to Billy.
Yeah, let's go, Billy.
He was there for Bladee.
Vampire.
He kind of looks like a vampire. He's kind of in that young lean crew.
Young lean.
He's Swedish.
Oh.
Kind of drink Red Bull on stage.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
It's not really my thing. I actually left halfway through Bladee.
Damn.
Because it was really hot that day as well.
Shading Bladee.
But it's a festival, like you can just walk around. Like,
right. Yeah. You Bladee. Jokes.
It was Bladee, the Dare as well, who some people. He produced a song on it basically felt to me like it was a hype festival for Charlie. So it was like a lot of like Magdalena Bay were there as well, who I think are really cool. They don't really have a link to Charlie, I don't think. But the Dare produced a song on Brat, and he's like quite popular, I guess, on TikTok and stuff. He's known as in some crowds as, to elitists like me, as like bipolar sound system, because he's so similar to LCD in some ways.
Why bipolar?
I guess it's just a slight against him.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean he was fine. You have to be, when it's just, unlike the Hothouse Flowers where there's a whole band and you can enjoy like all the instruments being played, it's just him on the stage.
Yeah.
And you have to be like Charlie tier to be able to pull that off, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, I do know what you're saying.
I think Charlie's the only type of musician I've seen where they're the only thing on the stage where I've really liked it. I normally, as a rule, don't dig that as much. I kind of want to see live music. When I see live music, I want to see it. I want to see a band, really. I want to see a bunch of instruments.
Yeah. See, I don't know if I've ever been to a venue like that. That's like Taylor Swift type vibes. Like,
yeah.
Like big pop star. Like, they're the one.
Yeah. But even like when we saw like Gorillaz, there was a huge band. We've seen LCD Sound System. There were like 15 people on the stage.
Yeah. I don't know if I've ever seen an artist where it's like one person. Maybe at WOMAD. Or
at Forward Festival there were a couple.
At Hothouse Flowers there was the girl at the beginning.
Yeah, she had a guitar there.
Yeah, I guess, but Taylor Swift would as well.
Yeah.
But like,
I don't know if I'm being elitist.
I mean, shout out to her. I mean, like, I don't know. I didn't catch her name, but she was good.
She was good as well. Yeah.
Gorgeous voice.
Mm-hmm. So it was a fun festival. It was a fun time. It's nice seeing Charlie again. there was a technical difficulty where she has, on her remix album, she did a song with Bladee, and they did that version on stage, but all the like timings were fucked up and wrong, and she had to be like, stop, we gotta like restart this, like we put the wrong version on. Like, so they had to redo it. But it was good. It was a good show. It was the energy is, I guess, kind of what you're there for that, when it's like thousands and thousands of people all like vibing out. It was a nice day, and they had like frozen mugs and stuff. Nice. It was good. It was nice. It was nice.
Did you twerk for Charlie?
I was twerking hard. Yeah.
Good.
Nice. And finally, I saw 9 Inch Nails, bro.
Yeah. You did mention earlier, but
it brought a tear to my eye.
Yeah.
From the second,
you've been shouting them out for a long time.
Yeah, I've loved them forever. And I guess I just never figured I'd ever get to see them live.
Yeah.
And maybe my favorite setup as far as like the structure of the performance, it was split into acts.
That's cool.
2 stages. There was kind of the main stage, the standard like O2 stage, but then in front of that there was a square like platform that came up, had a piano on it, like a mixing deck and a couple guitars or whatever.
Okay.
And he started on that doing like a slow piano song, and it kind of escalated and would change. It got really elaborate at certain points. Like when it went to the main stage, there was this big sheet/veil of the drummer playing, and it seems like it's a pre-recorded thing, but they like move it, and it turns out the drummer was playing the whole time, but he was just being projected giant in front of this big sheet type thing.
Oh, that's cool.
But then there is this like veil put over the stage, and they project from each angle like imagery to like complement, so it's still kind of like see-through, and you can see them behind it. And he's got a song called Copy of Her, just for example. Copy of her. As he was saying those lyrics, like copies of him were like appearing around him from the projections. It was already thoughtful and cool like that. And each song had a completely different like setup like that. This DJ Boys Noise was there as well, who did an incredible remix album of the Challenges score from the film Challenges, which I rinsed when that came out. So it was cool that he was there and he was performing with them at certain points. It just sounded so good. Like a nice range of all of his... he did like a Bowie cover in there.
Which song?
I can't remember what it's called. It was one I wasn't really familiar with. There were a couple weird people in the crowd.
Yeah.
There was this, my voice just broke, but there was a lady like in my periphery, and for the whole show, she was on her phone looking at Instagram.
See, that's what happens when you go to a live thing and they don't have the like TikTok Subway Surfer like guy.
Yeah, but they kind of do with all this like visuals going.
Yeah, but you need like, point of reference. You need Subway Surfer.
And people getting pissed off at the end because he finished the set with Hurt, which is quite a like quiet song at first.
Yeah, I suppose.
And people were like just talking and shit. And so people were going like, "Shut up!" Smosh style at them. And it was another unfortunate like technical difficulty thing happened a couple times where Trent's mic stopped working. So one of the backup singers had to like take over and like finish a song.
Shit.
And then there was a funny moment where he had to take the mic while there was no music, and he was like, my least favorite thing is when I'm told that I need to fill time because someone broke something, and he was just kind of like awkwardly like.
So he started doing like.
He started doing a podcast. Yeah.
So how do you guys feel about airplane food?
Yeah, and he smashed his guitar up at the end.
Okay. Yeah. Cool.
And it was just awesome. Nice like a range of people there too.
Yeah.
Those of like goths. Even spotted a couple furries.
Let's go.
Just going in there.
Suited up?
One of them was.
Tailed up?
Didn't see no tail. Yeah, such a wide age range, and you could tell like how much of a super fan they were based on their like tour date shirts. Like there were some of them like from the 90s and shit of like
cool,
shirts that if you wanted to buy vintage are like £300 or whatever.
Wow.
Yeah. So I managed to get one of those for that date, and I'll treasure it. Yeah, I'm really happy I got to see it. I thought it was fire.
Cool.
Fire.
See, I considered getting Kendrick tickets.
That would be fire. And that would be a one-man stage thing, but I feel like...
two. Him and SZA.
True. Are they touring together?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That would be good. I feel like he would sell it, Charlie style, you know what I'm saying?
Oh my god, yeah. For
He'd
sure.
be twerking on the floor, spitting on it.
Yeah, spitting on that thing. Damn, Kendrick, didn't know you were freaky like that. Yeah, I'd love to see Kendrick, but then the ticket prices
They're
are
crazy
It's like
expensive.
£300. It's like, fuck you. I need Mario Kart, dude. If it's one or the other. Sorry, K-Dot.
Yeah.
But have you heard the drama about his performance in Toronto?
No, what happened?
Well, so Kendrick has gone on this giant tour, right, all across America, stopping off in one place in Canada, Toronto, the home of one Drizzy.
Oh, of course.
Drizzy Drake.
Yes, of course. I always forget he's Canadian for some reason.
Yeah. Well, because like he's the only Canadian fucking asshole. Like they're all really nice.
You got Stephen Crowder. You got
Stephen Crowder, Canadian.
Yeah, Jordan B. Peterson's Canadian.
That checks out.
There are some like now and again I'll just Google like
of course, yeah, like
famous
his
Canadians
accent.
And like some of the people in there.
Ryan Reynolds.
Huh?
Ryan Reynolds is Canadian.
Yeah, you're right.
Son of a bitch.
So they got some enemy creators.
Yeah, I guess. But BBL Drizzy, he was a bit hurt because like all the people, all the Drake glazers were like, oh, Kendrick just can't do it in Toronto, like nobody's gonna care. It was sold out like stadium.
Nobody's gonna care.
He plays Not Like Us and everyone goes fucking crazy for it. A minor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he kills it. So then Drake jumps on Instagram, and he's a little bit upset because a Canadian like politician went to the show.
And he was on Instagram about this.
So Drake DM'd this politician who was caught by other people at the show. Yeah, they like saw him, so they were like taking photos of this politician at the K-Dot show. Right. So then Drake DMs the politician, and he's like, disappointed in you, man.
What have you done?
And then the politician's like, actually, I was only there for SZA. It's like the lamest fucking shit ever.
Wow.
So yeah, there's been all drama spilling out from that.
That's like a really weird thing to do.
Which bit?
Like
the Drake
DMing like a politician who was at
yeah,
like he could have been there with like his daughter or something. Like
yeah, it checks out with Drake though. That's how he rolls. It's like, oh, you're not loyal then, Canadian politician who I've never talked to before.
I thought that was Kendrick. Loyalty, loyalty, loyalty.
True, yeah. And Drizzy Drake dated Rihanna, I think, from the song.
Who hasn't he
Loyalty.
dated? Does he date people like a different person a day?
Yeah.
Like, what do they talk about?
They don't talk. He flies them out from wherever they are to his like mansion, bangs them, and then moves on.
Right.
That's the Drizzy way, I guess.
Think he's fulfilled? Fulfilled?
I think he's a really like happy like.
Does a happy person
balanced...
slide into a politician's DMs?
Yeah, because he went to a concert. I mean, I guess anyone would be butthurt at the song that Kendrick made, but Drake made that bed. He's got to sleep in it, dude.
Well, as all things do, they always loop back to Kendrick and Drake beef. Anything else you want to have in this section before we head into the middle of the break?
No. I just think the Nin show sounds really cool. I love when they turn live music into like a whole experience.
It was like on the verge of being like a rock opera kind of feeling. Or it was even making me think of the best performance of all time. Still making sense.
You
know?
Really?
You're like just the way you're using a stage and building it up from a small point and getting more elaborate as you go.
Yeah.
He's got an amazing voice too.
Really?
Yeah.
Was there a bit where
sometimes.
he like runs off stage and snorts a line of coke and runs back?
No, that's David Byrne style.
Yeah.
I guess
it sounds awesome.
See after these messages. Oh, there's a clicker in the room with us.
My nose is all fucking clunged.
Is it from the pups?
It genuinely might be.
They shouldn't be very polleny though.
No, I can't imagine they are. They're all...
Ain't no flowers on these boys. Ain't no hothouse flowers on these boys.
I was trying to think, because I've stopped using nasal spray for the most part, but I've got like a new drug.
Oh, God.
Is it bananas?
It's ketamine.
Yeah.
Oh, there were loads of like drug dogs at Charlie.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. Kind of lame though.
I know, it's like...
Just let it.
Really?
Let it be.
Let it be.
What are people going to be doing? Like, taking heroin? What are you, like...
I know. And there was like weed everywhere anyway. Like it just stank of weed anyway.
The dogs are just bait.
And that, and that was a funny thing. After Nin, as the crowd was leaving, this, again with the French, this French couple, this woman looked over to me and was like, do you smell weed? I was like, no. And she was like, good. We got away with it then.
Right.
They looked like they had stepped out of the 70s.
Really?
Yeah, they looked exactly like that. And then they like power walked off and left like the stinkiest trail of weed. Yeah.
That's gay.
So yeah. Oh.
Marijuana. Everyone smokes it in London. Literally.
Yeah,
everyone.
I forgot that because like doing the walk I did through London yesterday, I think I spotted about 5 people just on that walk.
Yeah, they'll just be walking around crazy. Just fucking decriminalize it.
I know. Welcome to the second half of the cast, where we head over to the suggestion thread over on the Jar Media subreddit and answer questions and things.
People.
If you got this far, comment, who is Blue Shirt Guy? That's a rock-on moment.
That is a rock-on moment.
No Project 593. We'll get us started here. If you could have any disease, which one would you pick? I'm torn between cholera or botulism.
What's botulism? That sounds like a practice.
It's when a botfly just gets in.
Oh, really?
No, I don't know. We should really call Dad.
Yeah.
He's the guy to call on this.
Yeah, he knows his diseases, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Man knows his pathogens.
He's a microbiologist, for the record. He doesn't just like...
Yeah, it's not his special interest. Although...
kind of is.
Yeah. I'd take like a fucked up one. Bubonic Plague.
Ooh. You know, I used
That's
to be
a
obsessed
UK classic.
as a year 7, I was obsessed with, I just had it on the tip of my eye. What the fuck?
Is it an eye disease?
No.
What are the symptoms?
It's like been sorted.
Bubonic Plague.
No, and they've got a couple of, because I wrote a whole comic around it where the story was based around it.
Smallpox?
Smallpox.
There you go.
I can't believe that.
Everyone knows smallpox, come on.
Yeah, but I love the idea that like there were a couple like samples of it being stored somewhere.
They are, right? There's that like place.
Yeah, but that's what my comic was about, where like the supervillains like stole it to like make a stronger
classic.
New version of it, you know?
Nova 6.
Yeah, basically. I think that was a Man Boy Boy comic.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I've got them over there somewhere.
How did they save the day? Did they make a vaccine? Was it vaccine propaganda?
I can't remember if I told you about this, but there's a trans character in it.
No way. Let's go.
Boy becomes girl.
Yay, let's go.
Like in the comic.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. It was wild reading that shit again.
Let's go there.
But yeah.
Is it in the smallpox one as well?
I think so.
Let's go.
It's like a whole MCU type situation. It's hard to keep track.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There was Driller. That wasn't my favorite. It was innocent. It wasn't like that. He was like a stick man with drills for hands.
Did he have a drill on his head as well, or just hands?
I think he did actually.
Yeah.
He'd like dig around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could see Driller being in the MCU.
He's gonna be in the Fantastic Four. You just watch.
Yeah. Watch this space.
I suppose you can technically live a like fulfilling life and have HIV as a disease.
I guess.
Like if you have to pick one, like I'd probably choose that over botulism. Not that I know what it is or what it does.
Yeah. Botulism might be great. It might be
It's
the best
actually
one.
awesome.
Yeah.
We stand botulism.
Yeah. It turns you into like Venom.
Well, speaking of these old stories, Loptical says, I've been listening to Old Jar and loved the world of Spice. Does Jim have any other childhood stories other than being a big muscle man who fucks whores? Kind regards. I don't know what that is.
My
referencing.
classic youth.
I don't know what that's referencing.
Neither do I. Like,
is he saying that you had like a character?
maybe. I don't know. I don't know what it was saying like 10 years ago.
True.
But I didn't create Spice. That was you. The world of Spice. It like implies...
Oh yeah, the question does imply that that was your one.
Yeah.
No, that was my
I'm not
one.
taking credit for that. I didn't rip off Dean.
No, it doesn't. It didn't rip off Dune. It because the Ice Cream Man was the villain of that one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He was scary.
Yeah.
He was real to like all of us.
Yeah, because that creepy ass. So you know that instrument where you like ding 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 ding, or whatever it's
Like
called.
a little music box.
A little music box. Yeah. It sounds like a giant music box that's like really old and kind of out of tune.
Yeah. That shit is
Creepy. And it's like, where is it coming from?
Yeah. Because we never saw it.
It's everywhere and nowhere.
Yeah, we're on like a main road as well. How did we never see it?
Yeah. Echoed through the town.
But yeah, I wasn't really like that. I never drew. I didn't like drawing until I felt like I should. You know?
Now you can just generate whatever you want. So
yeah, exactly. So I was right the whole time. Like,
yeah.
No, I had like fan fiction type shit like in my head. You know? Like I'd watch Spider-Man 2 and be like, right, I'm Spider-Man.
Right.
What am I up to? You know? That was
That's
my
one
shit.
thing I've never done, I don't think, is write fan fiction.
No.
Come to think of it.
I feel like I'd know if you did.
I feel like the world would know.
Yeah.
That'd be cringy.
Yeah, shit would be on DeviantArt. It would be like a classic.
I don't know. I prefer making my own guy, like Ning Guy. He's my new one.
Ning Guy.
Yeah. He's evil. I'll put a picture of him on screen, yeah.
I kind of assumed he was a goodie.
Nah.
Is he different to King Ning? Do you still beep it?
I have to now because you did the king bit. So I guess I'll have to beep it, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, well. So I guess you don't have anyone else outside of the big muscle man who fucks whores?
Yeah, I guess that's my one guy.
I've got loads of guys. One of my favorites was Tig Footrot. He had like a little propeller on his head, but he was like jacked, but had tiny legs.
Okay. Oh, because his feet were rotting. Yes. That's good. That's
so
cool.
I guess the propeller kind of like counteracted that.
I feel like I want to take 50% of the credit for Acid Man.
Yeah.
And Alkali Man.
Who was Flamer?
Yeah, Flamer and Isa. Because I always felt like you were Isa and I was Flamer.
Yeah.
I always felt that way. So yeah, I feel like we collabed sometimes. I don't only have big muscle man who fucks holes.
I guess that that whole superhero world of Flamer, Isa,
Acid Man and Alkali Man.
Which one started that?
Acid Man.
Acid Man.
Yeah, for sure. Alkali Man's like he's like Robin.
No one's picking Alkali Man in Smash, you know.
Yeah. No one's playing as Alkali Man on the playground or choosing.
Everyone wants to be Flamer or Isa.
Or Acid Man.
Yeah, Acid Man's cool.
Acid Man rocks.
Yeah. How did we get there? Oh, right, childhood stories. Yeah. Not sure.
I'll take Acid Man. Acid Man is my number one.
Yeah.
Flamer. I do like that Flamer had his theme tune.
Flamer had a theme tune, and now in hindsight, knowing that is like a gay pejorative.
What is?
If you're a flamer.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Let's go.
We had no clue, for the record. We were like children jumping on a trampoline.
Yeah. Like 10 years old. That's so funny. What's a flamer? What does a flamer do in gay culture?
Let me see. Flamer gay.
What does AI say?
Derogatory slur for homosexuals, chiefly used in the United States. So that's why we didn't know it then. That shares its meaning with the origin of the highly... And then I had to go
I didn't realize it was a fucking slur. I thought it was like...
Yeah, of course.
What do you mean, of course? I thought it was like power bottom.
Oh,
top,
right. No.
Like,
I guess it's to mean like flamboyantly gay, like flaming gay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Although I've never heard that.
No, I've never heard that.
I guess if it's American, why would we? But
well, we absorb a lot of like American culture through film and stuff, and
I guess, but I've never even heard it in a film.
No, but like I've heard the F slur, the other F slur, I guess. In film and stuff.
Because I remember when we first talked about Acid Man and Flamer or whatever, there were a couple of comments about that.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Oh, so sorry. Are we allowed to say Flamer then?
Yeah, because we mean the superhero.
Yeah, I guess.
It would be one of those situations where, like, it's Zootropolis here, it's Zootopia for them, you know? Like, when you take it over there, it's the Sorcerer's Stone instead of the Philosopher's Stone, you know?
So what would they call it? Fire
Guy.
God damn it. Everything's going to be ruined.
No, it's like, genuinely, if you follow the etymology of so many things, it's like, oh, that's like insanely, wildly racist in its origin.
Yeah.
Like when you look
Everything is a slur. God damn it, kind of shit.
GH Rocker has one for us. Hey boys, new dad jarling here, and this one's dark. Tips for dealing with the loss of a pet. I lost my Nessie suddenly last week due to bladder failure. She was about 6, and when we saved her 4 years ago from a Romanian kill shelter, she left for a groom one day, and then upon her return she was dead hours later. The surgery I paid for didn't work, and after saying goodbye she passed with literally 1 milliliter of the sleeping injection. She was ready to go, but thought so hard so that we could be with her in the end. Won't rattle on, but when I wanted to give up, she saved my life. If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't have believed in myself enough to think I could raise a son, and since I've done lots for dog charities, which I'll continue to do till I pass, I had to take time off of work to be with my wife and remaining dog to grieve. Any tips, or even just a kind word or two, goes a long way. Photo attached, but I'm not sure if it will work on the thread. Game on, boys. Sorry to hear that. We can relate, I guess. 'Cause
there's nothing worse.
We lost Flossie, the Chocky Lab, long time ago now.
Yeah, I feel like that acceptance is like down the line, and feel every step of it.
Yeah. You have to like process it, go through it, feel what you're feeling. It's nice, I guess, that you do have another dog, because that was part of what was surreal to me, was like Flossie just happened to die the exact same day that I got Augie. So I at least had that sort of as a distraction and a bit of positivity to counterbalance it.
I think weirdly as well, like a potentially beautiful part of death is the way it brings together all the people who loved what has now gone.
It's a shame she was so young. But at least treasure those 6 years. 4 years, because you had adopted her, that you did have with her. It's never easy. But you got to go forward. Ain't got much choice, no matter.
Yeah. But it's all a part of it. It's all like it.
Yeah, it made the whole floss thing made me realize like how valuable like pets and that kind of thing are for like almost like priming you for that.
It's like such a huge learning experience. Like I think your first loss of any living thing is like a reality check moment. And it doesn't really matter at what point in your life it happens. It always just like rocks your whole world and understanding.
And it will be in different ways though too, because Floss was like our childhood dog as well. Like we were like little kids when we got her type thing. But I don't think it affected I don't think it like affected me more than it did like our mum or dad. Right,
because like they were just as torn up.
You're right. You are correct. Okay, I'm not going to do that one because that would be crazy. Kind of a fucking insane whiplash. I'm going to do this one. Let's bring up the mood a little bit. From Jake Ward 2639. Has Alex tried this out yet? And he sent me this link. Old news now, but I think he might get a kick out of it. It's Loy. And free. So I guess, actually maybe I'll play it out on my phone. I don't know if you know Loy. It's one of the Man songs.
Kino?
No, it was actually before Kino Loy, I believe.
Wow.
It was just one of my stims for a while. Loy.
Yeah, I'm fully familiar with that.
Yeah, but I guess
hip-hop poi
I assume
stuff.
This is some AI bullshit. These are my lyrics.
Yeah. Is this AI?
Yes.
What's the point of like
Doing
artists now?
anything.
Yeah, this is so fire. I love that. Lie.
Pip to the boy, premium. Wow.
Let's go. God damn. Yeah, AI's done it.
They've done it again.
Yeah, those motherfuckers, they fucking robot guys.
So yeah, thanks for that,
Yeah, nice. Well done.
Jake Ward. I thought this was interesting actually from Butterbeam123. Good morning, boys, or something. Question for Jim. Since smoking was mentioned, thoughts on the song Field of Dreams from Low Raw's last album? I ask this because it's a song about smoking addiction, something that has always plagued Ryan and was most likely partially responsible for his death of pneumonia.
Shit, that would make sense.
I wonder how Jim interprets this song, as IMO it's definitely one of the better songs on that album, even if I'm a non-smoker and don't immediately resonate with the theme. I still haven't had the heart to listen to it, so I can't really add much to this.
I'm going to have to re-listen to that song and get back to you, because I had no idea that was like the context.
I thought that was quite interesting. I guess we can revisit that.
Yeah.
Let's do a couple more here before we round this bad boy down. Let's do this one from Rank the Dank.
Hello there, young ones. Hope all is well.
My question is this: what are some of the ways you two like to express yourselves creatively outside of YouTube and Jar? I know Alex likes to write and draw, and Jamie plays music. What is it about these or other particular activities that draws you to them? Have you had any revelations or findings of joy with them recently? Are there any branches of art that you'd love to explore but haven't found the chance to? And are there any underrated opportunities to creativity you find in your everyday life? I think creative expression is one of the crucial elements to living a fulfilled life. And as the creative young gentleman I know you to be, I'm sure you'd agree. After all, one does not simply ride the buffalo at such a young age without some sort of spark artistic calling. Yeah. I just write variations of the buffalo every day.
Yeah,
I get AI
that's
to
your
generate
dragon
me.
to chase.
Yeah.
Your buffalo to...
Buffalo to wrangle.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I feel like the revelation I've come to is that there are no revelations. It's like
Excuse me?
it's like filling a bucket one drip at a time. You know?
Well, how's that not a revelation? What do you mean?
Well, that's the final revelation, I guess. I've like finished music, I suppose.
The bucket's full. I've done it.
No, but like the bucket is
The
filling.
bucket has a hole in it.
Yeah, the bucket does have a tiny hole in it, but it fills faster than it drains. But it does drain.
And then you plug it into AI and it goes, bring me in.
Yeah, yeah. And then you don't have to worry about it. You go back to playing fucking Helldivers.
Yeah. I guess the revelation for me is like just being okay with doing things just for myself.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to actually be satisfied with. But I can't.
Because that's I really, in the last few years, I've really struggled like getting to sleep. And my way that I've like figured out how to get to sleep now is like just working on this like world that I've designed, basically.
That's exactly what I do. That's what I've been talking about.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's like getting quite elaborate now, and I'm writing it down.
Really? See, mine's all in there.
Because it's like there's mechanics to it, and it's like, okay, I've got this end goal in mind. How do we get there? Right? How about this happened, and then as a result, blah, 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 and all that.
Yeah. It's genuinely like fun. It can make you excited to go to bed.
Yeah.
Apart from when like you're having some fire thoughts, and then you fall asleep and you wake up and you're like, man, what was I thinking?
Yeah, I forgot. Oops.
Yeah,
no.
That's really annoying.
But I like doing a particular sort of like scene, like again and again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah. Like perfecting it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like doing takes.
Kind of, yeah.
Like a movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because I've got such like a visual, like when I close my eyes, I can like just picture anything pretty much. So I can basically stage it almost.
Yeah. I either do like that. I never write stuff down. It's either that or I'm like playing a piano in my mind, trying to fall asleep.
What does that look like? Do you see the keyboard, or do you just hear the notes?
It's like a core part of learning anything. You know that this might sound kind of like cringy to make this equation. Is that a word? Equation? Not equation. Equation.
Equation, yeah.
Something equals something, but like Dark Souls, right? You know when like you're going at a boss, and you just can't fucking get it, and it beats your ass so hard you're like, fuck it, I'm done for today. You turn it off, you go to bed, you come back to it the next day.
Yes.
First try.
I was really having that with Clair Obscur. Yeah.
Right. That is the same thing with music, because when you sleep, it's a core part of learning. So like you're like,
it's healing time. Yeah,
you're ironing in things. Like every mistake is like being cemented in. Your brain is like understanding it. And it's the exact same thing when you're learning an instrument. Like it just becomes second nature, you know? You're in flow state then. So sometimes if I'm not thinking about trying to sleep, I will just be running through stuff, and I'm constantly like tapping and like running a melody through my head. And that's all part of it. Like it just feels like all the gaps in your life when you're learning. I think when you're learning anything,
your brain really enjoys that process. It's like challenged.
Yeah, for sure.
It's
and the incremental progress is just so satisfying. And like I'm very early days, really. Like skill wise, there is so much beyond me. But to look at this like past 365 days, from looking at where I was to where I am now, it's like,
well, you have to approach any skill, anything, and it's why it's so annoying when I remember in school, like if you drew a cool picture and someone would look at it and be like, oh, that's cool, man, I wish I could do that. It's like, you literally could. Could. It's you're not like a pro at something till you put 10,000 hours in.
It's more like finding what you want to put 10,000 hours into. Yeah,
there's like an opportunity cost and a choice to it, unless you want to be like a generalist and just dabble and just depends how your mind works. Like, because some people
we all have stuff that calls out to us though, and even if that thing is like video games, like you want something beyond video games. Don't make video games your entire thing. You need more than that, but
a bit of balance.
Yeah, for sure. But like I feel like me doing piano has made my enjoyment of video games better, because it's just more like endorphin spread, you know? Like I can't get out of video games what I get out of learning to play the piano.
Rock band?
Oh shit, yeah. No, yeah, scrap that.
Yeah, no more piano lessons. Rock band time. Yeah. Fortnite time.
But yeah, you can get also like chill time. You do need chill time.
Mm-hmm.
You can't. Some people can like grind out shit. But if I gave myself a really strict goal, I feel like I would lose my love for like playing piano if it was like I have to learn this many pieces in this amount of time.
Yeah.
And all I'm doing.
You're just kind of doing it for the sake of doing it, for the fulfillment of doing it.
Just to be incredibly good at that thing. You know, if that's not naturally pulling me, like I want to be able to get to the gym. Like I value that part of my life. I want to be able to play video games I enjoy. I value that part of my life. I want to be able to play piano. I value that part of my life, but I don't want it to dominate everything else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Her face was just
what was she doing?
She was just like freaking out. That was so distracting. Yeah. Do you ever feel like butthurt about like the
break?
What's the best way of phrasing this? If you were born into like a crazy wealthy family, right? Then you could have just like practiced on like a grand piano, or I could have had like a drum kit.
Yeah.
In the basement or something.
Yeah. I think no, because the fact that I couldn't do that informs how I choose to practice my art.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I had that, and there'd probably be an element then of being more like pressured into doing that. So then I'd probably go down a more like classical line and playing in like in big classical groups and shit, and not doing what I want, you know?
I don't know. I feel like sometimes access is a thing, like a material thing.
Oh,
like
100%.
Just contrasting with like our cousins, for example, that were about a decade older than. One of our uncles has like a recording studio.
Yeah.
So our younger cousins will regularly go there, and there is a drum kit. They can be as loud as they want. They can mess around and whatnot, and that's really cool. That like.
Yeah.
We get to do that.
Yeah, for sure. Are you jealous?
Yes.
Yeah, well, yeah. Yeah, that would have been awesome to have. But there's nothing stopping my circumstances aren't like ideal by any means, but I still like I'm choosing to do it, and it informs how I play and what I choose to play. And going forward, like that's become a part of me, like entirely. I feel like it more affects how I value other people's art, I guess. Like that is like a valuable part of the puzzle, is like where they come from.
But I guess like I've gone through enough like Wikipedia pages of people's lives and just noticed the trend of like the advantage you get in a like nepotistic kind of way.
Yeah.
Where like David Byrne, who's like my absolute idol, like his dad was like an audio engineer of some kind.
Yeah.
So like just that being born into that, having these ideas sort of massaged is just going to give you such like a distinct advantage. And so the thing we talk about sometimes where it's like the best piano player.
Yeah, I remember
will probably
saying
never
this
be able to.
Yeah.
Just someone in the world, like.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. But saying that, like, it's not. There is no best.
Yeah, that's
I guess
too,
that's
like,
a revelation.
simplistic,
Like, there's the people, the pianists who are recognized as like the pianists, like surprise, surprise, they've got fucking giant hands.
Right. Yeah.
Like, well, they have a physical inherent advantage. And like, sure, they can play things that I could never even like dream of. But if I were to make something of my own, then like nobody can separate that from me.
One thing I'm definitely appreciating the older I get about art in general is how much I enjoy imperfections in things, and how that will often give things a personality that a perfect thing might not. Going back to David Byrne, there's a really good quote of him saying, "The better a singer's voice, the harder it is to believe what they're saying."
That's an awesome quote. Yeah, I was gonna bounce off of that thought and say like that's probably why the most popular music always has voice, like someone singing,
right?
Because like it is personal and inherently kind of has to be imperfect, you know. Like it's not a perfectly tuned guitar,
right?
You're plucking at strings and it sounds all in tune. Like it's flesh, it's like air being pushed out of vocal cords and shit.
But there are like perfect voices, like Adele, you know. But
yeah,
I don't really listen to Adele.
No,
I don't care.
And
about
like Beyonce
Adele.
and stuff.
And like no one's gonna be saying that.
And The Weeknd.
Yeah, I guess it's different strokes for different folks.
Yeah.
Or something.
But it's not like they don't have value.
No.
It's just like what you see.
It's not really what I'm getting at. It's more just what I'm looking for, I guess, from artistic endeavors. Yeah, that was a good one, Rank. Thanks for that question. Let's do one more here before we wrap up this ep. Smurf says, have you played Elden Ring Nightreign yet? Just finished getting all the achievements and it was an absolute joy to play with friends. I haven't, but Jim has. And you really like it, right?
I do. Yeah. It's more... Initially, I was won over by the price. As far as video games go, like it's cheap.
That's what got me on Clair Obscur too.
Yeah. Yeah, if something's less than like £50 now, I'm like, okay, yep, I'm in.
Sure, I'll give it a try.
Yeah.
It was good.
Yeah. So then I started playing and I was like, this is very cool. In fact, I love this. And then I was like, oh, I realize what this is and I'm a little bit disappointed. And then I kept playing it and I was like, oh, this is actually really sick. I think for the price, by the time I've done every boss, I would be satisfied to, like, if I just put it down then and never play it again, I'd be satisfied, but I probably won't. I will probably keep playing it because the gameplay loop is so good.
There's two things I heard about it that once they patch, I think I'll be in. One being that thing that put me off hearing about it was that you can't like easily like vote to stop a run if it's like effed.
Yeah.
And if you like quit, there's some kind of penalty or something like this.
Yeah, there is a penalty to quitting, which I've only had to suffer once, and they need to patch this out because everyone I was playing with quit.
Yeah.
The two people I was playing with quit, and then I went to quit, assuming that I wouldn't get penalised.
Right.
But it still said I'd be penalised, so I quit and didn't play for the rest of the evening.
And that was the other thing, was once there's a duo lobby, and it's like balance for that.
Yeah.
I think
that'd be really fun.
Yeah. So I like the idea of the three, but the randomness of like, oh, I've got like the dark side Phil, like.
Saying that, the thing with FromSoft games is that if you're good enough, like it's possible. Shout out to Zero Lenny, like he's gone through every like Souls game using just broken swords.
Wow. You
know, if you're good enough, you can do pretty much anything.
That's a 10,000 hour player right there.
Yeah. If I'm lacking in a run, I feel like if somebody else is good enough, they can carry me. And sometimes I'm the person carrying 2 other people. Sometimes I'm shit and I'm getting carried. And I kind of enjoy that random factor. You know, because everyone was shitting on it for not having voice chat or text chat, which it
Right.
kind of fair. Like, it's a co-op game.
Yeah, I didn't know
but
that.
at the same time, it's kind of what I love about Elden Ring so much. Like, just multiplayer with like a random dude. The only way you can communicate is like the wave emote and like sitting on the floor and doing the snap.
I dig that.
It really like puts you into this world where I guess language isn't really a core tenet of this universe.
I suppose, yeah, it's way more distracting if there's like text popping up and
yeah,
like, reading
it takes you out of it. And people saying like memes and stuff, it takes you out of the universe. So if you're like fully immersed in this, it's kind of cool. Like I understand not liking it, but for me it's kind of exactly what I do like about FromSoft co-op.
It seems like you can't even really get mad. It's like if it's not the From you're looking for, you have Elden Ring, you have the Dark Souls trilogy, you have Bloodborne, you've got
so many options.
Like, yeah. And for that price and everything, like
for the price and the like Dark Souls bosses, seeing some Dark Souls 2 shit in there is like crazy.
Wow.
In like an environment that's good. You know, in like a game that doesn't fucking suck major ass.
Some other maps would be cool too.
Yeah, and they've like,
I'm sure they will though.
There's DLC set to come out this year, so I'm assuming there's going to be a bunch more content. And as a live service, like, it could work. All the skins.
Is it like a leveling system?
Kind of
by run.
It's very slightly like less than
It's kind of like a
Hades.
speed run. Oh right, less than Hades.
Less than Hades. Yeah, you get like perks that you can apply like permanently. But that's kind of it.
Have you played the Sekiro Plus?
No, I've only played.
So that seems like the most appealing one to me. But everyone loves the bow guy.
Yeah, I love the bow guy. He's the one I just jumped to based off of his like appearance. He looks badass. He's fucking
he does
cool.
look cool.
And the way, because bows have never been viable in FromSoft games.
I've never really used them in From games.
Yeah, because they suck. And now like this character has made them viable in a FromSoft game, and it is really cool. Like his playstyle is so fun. But also like the default character, really fun. And the big heavy guy. I haven't played as any of the like magic people or
There's heaps to do then.
Yeah. And the new bosses. Fucking sick. Really good.
There are new bosses.
Yeah. So there's like 8 new bosses, and you fight them at the end of each run. And I've done every single one now apart from one, the final one. And they're all fucking belters.
Hell yeah.
They're belters of fucking bosses. Genuinely, they're so good.
Hell yeah. I will play it. I remember I did the same thing when Elden Ring came out.
You did, yeah. Which is wild to me.
And then it consumed my life. Absolutely.
But
fucking
like
consumed
this isn't that, which I'm kind of thankful for.
Yeah.
Like I can jump on and play Elden Ring for an hour and stop.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
to do a run or two.
Yeah. Whereas Elden Ring itself, it doesn't have like a cut-off point. It just goes and goes and goes. Yeah. It doesn't fit with I
don't know. I think that maybe it's a me problem where like once I'm starting into a game, I just have to follow the inertia. Otherwise, I'm just not going to finish it.
Right.
And I'm like, I just have to get this. I have to get this done.
Well, yeah, I feel that when I'm in a run, in Nightreign. You know?
Yeah, yeah.
It's like I don't give a shit about anything else. I'm in this run.
But I just had that with Expedition 33.
Yeah.
So it's like if I stop, then I know I'm just going to not play it for like months and come back and be like, oh, I can't remember this shit. Like,
Yeah.
Well, I think that's another one for the books.
Beebada booty, doobity sooty, koobity looty.
Do that thing you always do, unless it's something bad, in which case don't do it. Stop doing that thing.
Unless it's something good, then keep doing that thing. Always do that thing. Never stop doing that thing.
Never stop.
Always stop, never stopping. No.
Huh?
Stop.
What's new, Scooby-Doo?